Do you have a table for two? Do you have a table for two?
It feels to me like he's kind of breaking it up like this, where it's like, do you have a table for two? And I think what we're hearing is that on table, I think the T sounds a little bit heavy. If we're going to have table in that first thought group, I think it could probably be a little bit more linked. And part of the reason why I think tables in the first thought group is just based on the pitch levels I'm hearing, because it seems to match the first thought group more than it matches the second, because the for two kind of jumps up. Another way you could break this up is you could do, you could do something like, do you have a table for two? Like, do you have a table for two? And maybe that you guys might like that one a little bit more. I think the first one can work, especially if it were to lower more in pitch instead of sounding a little flat. Like, instead of like, do you have a table? Do you have a table? Versus, do you have a table? Do you have a table? Like something like that. I think just a little more contrast, a little lower on table may help there. And then you could either drop or rise on for two. You could like for two, or you could like for two, like table for two, or a table for two, table for two. Like, do you have a table for two, or do you have a table for two?
Do you have a table for two?
The other thing that stands out to me is for two. I think the vowel's a little bit short and kind of gets cut off. It's like two, two. It's like really soft, light. Versus extending the breath after. It's like two, two. I'll let you guys try the expression. Mila, can you say the phrase for me?
Do you have a table for two?
Okay. Emmanuel, what's the energy you get from that? What's the emotion?
Like you're not super happy about it. Yeah, table for two.
Yeah, it sounds a little exasperated. Like I've been waiting all day, and I just saw someone else get seated, and I've been waiting longer than they have.
Hey, maybe that's what he was going for.
It could be, but if it's not, if he's going for happy, excited to, just be at the restaurant, well then, obviously that's going to be a problem, right? Mila, does that match the emotion you were trying to go for?
No, I wasn't super happy. I'm just hungry, starving over here.
You're hungry? Okay. I mean, that could certainly match the kind of exasperated feel, potentially. Although I would imply that maybe it was more something about the restaurant's doing than your own.
Do you have a table for two? Do you have a Do you have a table for two?
Yeah, I think kind of running into the similar thing with Yuri on the two sound at the end.
Yeah,
Could
felt
get
that.
a little bit cut off and not really extending the breath after the oo sound is finished. Like two, two.
Two.
Can you hear the places low like two versus two?
Two. Two.
That time, the very last one, not the first one, but the very last one was better. Milad heard it too.
Yeah, I need to hear this in the replay.
Okay. We'll keep going.
Can we see it near the window? Can we see it near the window?
I heard seat. Like he was looking
Yeah.
for seats and stuff.
So this is where vowel sounds get really important. People are going to misunderstand this a little bit. The short I sounds are getting confused with E sounds. It's like sit versus seat. Also win versus ween. It was a similar thing with window becoming window.
It's like he wants a seat like near the window, which in this context is kind of the same. Like can we sit there?
In
like,
general,
near
people
the
get the
window?
idea of what you're saying. But there's other cases within E sounds where if you use the wrong one, people can legitimately be confused. So we have to be careful with vowel sounds. Vowels are really important. So anyways, we want our short I sounds. So this is is, like is, sit, and then, excuse me, window. So it's not seat, ween, it's set, when. Can we set near window? I think the general thought groups he had were fine. So he did like group of three. Can you say this one for me?
Can we sit near a window?
Can you again?
Can we sit near a window?
Can you even extend the breath a little bit at the end of window? Window?
Window?
Can we sit near a window?
Can we sit near a window?
Window?
Window? Oh?
Can we sit near a window?
Can we sit near a window?
Is it ah more o?
Oh.
O?
Can we sit near a window?
Better.
Can we sit near a window?
Realize just He came in with a
Doesn't
vibe
like this
today.
place,
Okay.
man.
Um, I'm guessing that was intentional, Milad.
No, it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't.
What type of energy are you trying to give off here?
Like not being a difficult customer.
Not being a difficult customer?
Yeah.
All right, this is where tone and things are gonna be really important because if I were your host, I would.
Oh my god.
Like, man, these guys aren't gonna tip me today. So again, like if you start off like, can we? The vibe there is already automatically going to be a lot more negative. Okay. Versus like again, things we talked about, higher pitches, rising intonations, make things sound a little softer. Like, can we sit near a window? Like something like that. Can we sit near a window?
Can we sit near a window?
Yeah, I would just give a little more space to your short eye win. Near a window? Near a window?
Can we sit near a window?
Window?
Window? Window?
I said dragon, I said window. Window?
Window?
Yeah, can we
Window?
sit near a window?
Can we sit near a window?
Better.
What if you're firmer? Like, can we sit near a window?
Can we sit near a window?
I think in terms of sounding like firmer, like in manuals, you could do that.
I don't know what that implies though. Like you're like, can we sit near a window? Like, I mean, then like maybe they didn't put you in their favorite spot. So at least can we do that?
That sounds like there's been kind of a lengthier exchange versus like you were they seated you at a table you didn't want. I would probably still go with the more lighter positive one, and maybe that's just me. But like, oh sorry, like can we sit near a window? Like this table's great, but I see there's an open one over there. Could we sit over there? Like I would probably go lighter, friendlier for the first request. This sounds more like you're talking with them about your options and the one
Yeah.
you wants, you know. So it seems like there's a lengthier
Like they didn't
discourse
have
going on.
your particular spot available, and you're like, okay, maybe we can sit over there. You know, like
Yeah.
it doesn't mean like necessarily you're angry, but not super happy about it.
Right. And that's, you know, so I think sometimes when it comes to communication, I think it can be helpful to be direct and just be like, look, you can say like, I'm not mad at you. I'm just trying to make sure I understand. Like, you know, like adding little phrases like that can also be helpful.